Hey, my name's Mark Fletcher. I just want to talk very briefly today about growth in news agencies. I get a lot of questions from people about what they can do to help turn their businesses around, to find new customers and to grow revenue. It's kind of the million-dollar question, how do you grow within this structure of a business that feels like there's decline all around? Magazine sales are down, newspaper sales are down, lottery sales are down, tobacco sales are down, and there are these challenges for newsagents. And it can become very easy to talk yourselves down. So I want to draw attention to something that we're doing in one of my stores. And I want to talk about one of my stores because that means I'm talking to you about my personal experience and I'm talking to you about a business that I know intimately. So in terms of the latest sales data we've got for this store, I can tell you that our revenue is up 16% year on year. This is a well-established store and the revenue is up 16%. This is a business without lotteries and without tobacco. So we don't have those traffic drivers. Very deliberately, we don't have those traffic drivers. I think it's important that we build our businesses to not rely on those, particularly lotteries, as a peak traffic driver because it won't be there forever. We've got to build businesses that rely on things that we can do ourselves to grow the business based on the products that we're carrying. So I just want to take you through some of the numbers so that you can understand how we got to this 16% growth in the business. So if I'm comparing year on year, in this one store, we've got a line ball situation for greeting cards. So there's no growth, there's no decline. So, that's okay. The current trend this year for greeting cards is a decline of somewhere between 3 and 5%. So the fact that this business isn't declining in a very competitive situation, I'm happy with that. I want it to be better, but I'm happy with that. If we go and have a look at a category we have in here called collectibles. So in this business, 7.26% of our sales for this trading period, for this 1 month period, is collectibles. So our collectible revenue is up by 68%, which is a fantastic result. So we're seeing good growth in collectibles. These are higher end collectibles where people are coming in and spending good money to build their collections. We're also seeing good growth within gifts. And we're talking here about everyday gifts that we happen to sell in the business. And gifts are accounting for 4.63% of our sales. In a magazine sense, our magazine sales are declining in line with the industry average, so that's not great news, but it's not bad news either, so long as we're within the average band. Our newspaper sales, though, are showing zero growth, which is actually ahead of the industry average. The industry average with newspapers is a decline of somewhere between 6 and 8%, so we're not declining at all. That's a good thing. Our plush is where we're seeing extraordinary growth. Now, plush in this store is everyday plush, and it's accounting for 20.51% of our sales, and our sales in plush are up by 280% year on year for a product where we're getting close to 60% GP. So that's a fantastic story of growth within this business. Our stationery is showing a small amount of decline, but our toys are showing a growth of 43%, where we're competing directly with a couple of big toy shops in this Westfield centre, and we're beating those stores in that situation. So if we look at this overall and say, yeah, it's great news. We've got this 18% growth in revenue. We've got a 20% increase in average sale value. We've got a 16% increase in average item value. We've got a 2% increase in the number of items per sale. But what's really happened within this business is that while we've seen some declines in magazines, flat situation for newspapers and a flat situation for cards, it's in the other high margin areas like plush, gifts, collectibles and toys where we're seeing excellent growth. And that's leading to an overall GP percentage growth for the business. So, yeah, sure, our revenue has gone up by 16%, but our profitability, our net profit before tax, has increased by more than that because we've changed the mix of what we're selling. The purpose of this video is to say that in highly competitive situations, in a very busy shopping centre, a Westfield shopping centre with lots of competitors, and in an economic situation where it's easy for us to talk small businesses down, here's a business that's growing. And I think any news agency can achieve similar growth if they set about changing their businesses and set the business on a new path to attract new shoppers, and you do that by bringing in product that's interesting and exciting. So part of my role with the work that I do with news agencies is to encourage them to consider that possibility, consider the possibility of growth, and then set your mind to pursuing that. And you do that through change and embracing change. These numbers are real. Anybody who would like to know specifically about what we're doing, give me a call and let's have a chat about it. Thanks for watching.